So here's the thing, I just found out that you can buy experimental drugs on Facebook Marketplace with the same ease as buying used gym equipment. No prescription, no oversight, just cash and a syringe. This isn't sci-fi dystopia, it's happening right now in Australia. And honestly, it's terrifying. Let me explain why this isn't just a regulatory failure but a symptom of something much bigger. First off, peptides themselves aren't evil. They're amino acid chains that do cool stuff in your body, regulate hormones, boost immunity, whatever. But when they're unapproved, untested, and sold by some random guy with a blank profile pic, that's when we enter Wild West territory. The ABC did an undercover sting where a dealer handed over retatrutide, a drug linked to liver failure, for $50 and a handshake. And get this, the TGA hasn't even approved it. So we're talking about people injecting mystery goop because TikTok influencers promised them a six-pack or a quick weight loss fix. Personally, I think this reflects a dangerous cultural shift. We're prioritizing quick aesthetic results over actual health. We'd rather gamble with our organs than wait for sustainable solutions. But wait, how are these drugs even getting to people? Enter Australia Post. And I'm not blaming the postal workers here, but the sheer volume of packages makes it impossible to screen everything. One expert called them the country's largest drug dealer, which sounds hyperbolic until you realize it's true. Social media platforms claim they're cracking down, but Meta just removed ads and kept the sellers. A week later, the same listings popped up. TikTok says they block searches, but how effective is that when the drugs are marketed as research chemicals? It's a game of whack-a-mole, and the moles are winning. What this really exposes is the absurdity of expecting tech companies to regulate human behavior at scale. They're not cops, and even if they were, they'd need a lot more than AI filters to stop this. Now let's talk about the science, or lack thereof. Researchers tested these peptides and found some vials with 190% of the advertised dose. Imagine paying for a drug that could literally overdose you. Others had 0 active ingredients. 0. So you're either poisoning yourself or throwing money into a void. And the worst part? Sellers slap disclaimers like for lab use only and call it a day. But here's the kicker, those disclaimers don't actually make anything legal. It's like selling a knife labeled not for stabbing, the intent is obvious. From my perspective, this isn't just fraud, it's a systemic loophole where profit trumps safety. And the people suffering? They're not just gym bros chasing abs. They're anyone desperate enough to trust a Facebook Marketplace ad over a doctor. So what's the bigger picture here? This isn't just about peptides. It's about the rise of biohacking culture, where individuals become guinea pigs for unproven hacks. It's about the commodification of health in an age of influencer capitalism. And it's about regulatory agencies drowning in a tsunami of e-commerce. One expert called for a public health summit on steroids. Great, but why are we only reacting now? If you take a step back, this mirrors the vaping crisis. A trendy product explodes in popularity, regulators play catch-up, and people get hurt. The cycle repeats because we're addicted to novelty and instant gratification. And until we address that, these stories will keep surfacing with different drugs, different platforms, and the same tragic outcomes. Final thought, where does responsibility lie? Platforms? Regulators? Consumers? I'd argue it's all of us. We need stricter supply chain checks, yes, but also a cultural reckoning. When did we decide that cutting corners with our bodies was acceptable? Maybe the real question isn't how to stop the peptides, but why we're so desperate to find shortcuts in the first place.